Begin by grounding down through both sitting bones. And then let's take the hands to the knees. Let's take the backs of the hands on top of the knees. Softening down through the shoulders. And drawing your shoulders gently down your back. From here we feel a little bit more openness in the chest. And let's close the eyes down to begin this morning's practice. Tune into your breath. Breathing slow and deep from the belly, rising up through the chest. And then inviting your exhalation to allow you to relax a little bit more in this easy pose. Allowing your exhalation to ground you down through those sit bones a little bit more. We'll start slow today and then work into an energizing slow flow to awaken the body. Prepare ourselves for the day ahead. But always with our practice, if we start by tuning into the breath, we'll then find it easier to marry up our movement with our breath and create a mindful, meditative flow. Allowing our body to stay in this relaxation state as we move, as we flow, as we energize the whole body-mind system. Take a few last breaths here. And if your eyes are closed, come to blink the eyes open. And then let's tuck the chin to the chest, gaze down. And then work into some semicircles with the neck. So gaze over towards the left shoulder, come back to center. And then gaze over towards the right. Gentle movement in the neck. Just letting the body know we're bringing some movement into the spine. Keep breathing. And then can we start to turn these semicircles into complete circles with the head? And try and marry up this movement with the breath. So as we inhale, we gaze up. And then as we work into our exhale, we start to gaze down and around. And can you take this movement just a little bit slower even? And once you've done a few circles one way, pause when the chin is tucked to the chest and then move back around the other way. One last big circle. Come back to center. From here, we're going to inhale, lift the arms up above the head. Take the right wrist on top of the left. And then take the palms to touch. Nice. Interlace the fingertips. Inhale, lifts the interlace above your head. And then exhale. Let's take the hands over towards the right. Nice. So the left shoulder is going towards the left. And our arms, our head is moving towards the right. But it's as if someone is lifting us up before we move into our side stretch. So as we inhale, we gain length, lift the crown of the head. And as we exhale, we kind of stretch over to the right at the same time as rolling open the chest skywards. Using those upper back muscles, but also opening up the chest. Last breath here. Inhale takes us back to center. Exhale, release the hands and then slowly take the hands all the way back down, past the sides, and take them in an interlace behind us. Interlace the hands behind you this time, drop the interlace, and then lift the crown of the head. Gaze comes up. And we're drawing the lower belly in and up. As we breathe here. Last breath. Release the interlace. Arms come wide again. Palms face up. And this time we take the opposite wrist in front. So left wrist in front. Interlace the hands. Inhale, lifts. Exhale. Forward over towards the left as we spiral open the chest. Gaze is sort of up towards the right side of your ceiling. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, move into that side stretch. Last breath here. Your next inhale takes you back to center. Release the hands down. Nice. Come up onto your fingertips and then start to walk your fingertips out in front of you. So work into folding forward here. And come to a point that feels good for then you to just tuck your chin to your chest. And then start to round the back. Shoulder blades draw apart, creating space in between the shoulder blades. Soften your shoulder heads down. The head hangs in space and we breathe a few breaths here. Kind of like a half child's pose this. Can you soften down a little bit more? Last breath. Inhale, lift the head first. Walk your hands back slowly towards you. Nice. Walk each hand on the outside of your knee and walk them back behind you. So you want your fingertips pointing back towards you. And can you come down on your palms? Press down with your whole palm and then lift your chest up and through as if you're lifting your heart up towards your ceiling. I find it comfortable here to gaze down the tip of my nose because then I keep length in the neck, the crown of the head still lifts, and again we're engaging the lower belly, so draw the lower belly in and up. This will alleviate any sort of back pain here. Take your last breath. And then walk your hands back through center and let's move into an all fours position. Flat down with your hands, shoulders tracking over your wrists, your knees, your feet are hip width apart, plug down with the tops of your feet, gaze is down the tip of your nose, so we're gazing a little bit in front of our fingers. Pause here, a soft engagement of the lower belly, and then a slight roundedness in the back, so slightly tuck your tailbone under, so draw the belly in and up. This is your neutral spine here. And as we inhale, let's move to some cat-cow. So dropping the belly, tailbone lifts, gaze comes up and through. As we exhale, we start to round the back slowly, draw the tailbone underneath us. And then tuck the chin to the chest. Head hangs heavy, collarbones draw apart. Inhale slowly. Let's take our 4 counts of our breath to really get to the final part of the pose. And as we exhale, we start to round. That sensation of moving through a thick pot of honey as we move through our cat-cows. Moving with your tailbone. Let's do 3 more complete rounds in your own breath, perhaps with your eyes closed. Tune into those raw sensations in the body. Moving space around the body as we inhale and exhale. And then let's meet back in that neutral spine, so slightly rounding the back, drawing the belly in and up, gaze down the tip of your nose. Pause here, breathe a breath. And then let's start to walk round to the right hand side into this sort of sausage dog position. So just our hands walking round to the right. Gaze over the right shoulder. So my hips are facing forward and I'm just twisting from the waist. On the next inhale, we start to walk back to center, little baby steps with the hands. And then over towards the left. Gaze over the left shoulder, plug down with the hands, rise up with the belly. Inhale, comes back to center. Nice. This time, plug down with the left hand, reach up with the right hand in space. Right arm lifts, stacking the right shoulder on top of the left. And as we exhale, we tuck this arm under, parallel over towards the left. You know this one. Place your right ear on the mat, and then walk the left arm forward. Twisting into that right shoulder. Gaze underneath the left armpit. And breathe, tune into your breath. Close your eyes here if you want. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. And then come up onto the fingertips of the left hand. Walk your hand back towards you. Plug down with the wrist once it's under the left shoulder and reach up with the right arm in space. Can you send energy out through the right fingertips? And then release the right hand down. Let's move straight to the opposite side. Plug down with the right hand. Lift up with the left arm. And then exhale. Take that left arm underneath you. Left ear comes to your mat. Walk your right hand forward and pause here. Release, soften down. As we still keep the left fingertips activated, energy drawing out through the left fingertips here. That will encourage a stronger stretch. As you start to walk the right fingertips back underneath you, plug down with the right palm. Inhale, lifts. 1 breath here. Exhale. Plug back down into your all fours position. Let's tuck the toes and lift back into our first downward facing dog. Taking your time to arrive. Find a position that feels good. Take some movement here. Let's walk the dog a little bit. So press one heel towards the mat. Straightening into that leg. And then moving into the opposite leg. Plugging down with every single finger here. So all 10 fingers really plugging down. Grounding, rooting with the hands and the feet, which allows us to feel light space in the hips. Which is finding length and space through the sit bones, reaching up. And generously bend your knees. If your knees are not generously bent, give them more bend here for the first 2 downward facing dogs. Find some stillness. Let's all inhale through the nose. Let it go through the mouth. 1 more time like this. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Start to walk the feet up to meet the hands, little baby steps, until we arrive in a forward fold at the top of our mat. Bend the knees as much as we need to get the torso sitting on the knees. Nice. And take the hands and the interlace over our head. Drop the interlace heavy. Head hangs even heavier. Close the eyes down here. Feel this heaviness in the parts of the body that's folding. Feel space in the lower back. And then gently release the hands all the way back down so the backs of the hands touch your mat. And then slowly, very slowly, let's start to roll up 1 vertebra at a time. Grounding down with the feet. As we start to rise, find some length in the body. Once we come up to standing, let's take our arms wide out by our sides, over our head. Keep our arms shoulder distance apart, reaching up over our head. Let's drop our shoulders sort of down the back. Have the sensation of the shoulders drawing down, rooting down with the shoulders, rooting down with the feet as we rise with the fingertips. Gaze between the fingertips. And let's all together exhale, flood all the way down. Let's go cactus arms today, all the way down by our sides. Forward fold. As we exhale, the inhale takes us up halfway. Exhale, plug the hands down, step back to high plank. Let's pause here, shoulders over your wrists. Spreading the fingertips nice and wide, maybe moving forward and back a little bit. Bring a bit of buoyancy into your higher plank. Then let's pause, draw the belly in and out. We'll be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees down. Lower slowly all the way down onto your belly, keeping the elbows tucked in. Let's go mini cobras. Untuck the toes. Plant the hands under the shoulders. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forehead kisses your mat. Let's do 3 more of these. Inhale, baby cobra. Lift the chest. Exhale, forehead kisses your mat. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Last one. Squeeze your glutes. Exhale, forehead kisses your mat. Nice. Press back to that high plank. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. However you want to take your downward facing dog, with movement or stillness. But tune back to that quality breath. And send your breath to areas of resistance in the body. Last breath all together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, let's lift the right leg up and back in space. Flex the right foot as if you're pressing the door closed. As you exhale, knee comes through center, touches the nose and steps between the hands. Nice, lower the back knee down, low lunge, untuck the back toes. Let's find a groundedness in the feet first. So my knee is tracking over my front toes. So maybe heel toe your front foot forward. Nice, plug down with the front big toe. As we inhale, lift the arms above our heads. Next, take the left arm forward, right arm behind us. And then let's take the right arm down the left leg, lift the left arm skywards, gazing over the right shoulder. It's moving into a back bend. Taking it one more breath here. Inhale, both arms come back through parallel. And then take both arms up over the head. Nice. Exhale, this time we open up the opposite way. So left arm comes back, right arm forward. And then we drop the right hand on the inside of the right foot. Nice, taking some big circles with the left arm. Either come up onto the fingertips or even take your right elbow to your right knee. That feels like we're creating a little bit more space. If you want a deeper twist in the right hip and the right thigh, keep your hand planted on your mat. One more big circle. And then let's plug both hands down, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, heel toe the right foot over to the right side a little bit more. Nice, move forward and back, opening up the hip. Keep breathing. Use your back toes for buoyancy here. So really plug into those toes and then press the heel away every time we move our weight back. Come to some stillness. And then step the right foot back to plank. All together, let's go. Exhale, drop your knees, chest, chin all the way down. Untuck the back toes. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, let's take a child's pose this time. Release the forearms down, release the forehead. Soften down into your child's pose. And allow your exhalation to invite you into a relaxation of the pose, a little bit less effort. Can you be fully supported by the earth beneath you? Last breath. From here, transition back to your downward facing dog. Prepare for the left side. Inhale, left leg lifts up and back in space. Flex that foot. Both hips facing forward, so draw a sensation of drawing the left hip forward, right hip back, which will give you a deeper stretch in the right hamstring, the right calf. Really feel into that. Exhaling, we bend the knee, step the left foot between the hands. Next, take the back heel down, untuck the back toes. Find your grounding through the feet here, and then inhale, lift up with the arms. As we did before, let's twist into this low lunge. So right arm forward, left arm back this time. Drop the left arm down the right leg. Inhale, lift the right arm skywards. Gaze over your left shoulder. Welcome the wobble. Drawing the lower belly in and up. One last breath. Inhale, arms come back through parallel. Take them both through center, up over our heads. And then let's draw the right arm forward, left arm back. Twisting over the right. Taking the left hand down on the inside of the left foot. And then let's take some big circles with the right arm. Again, option for the left elbow to come up onto the left thigh if that feels better. Opening up into that shoulder joint. Let's take 2 more big circles. And then allowing both hands to come on the inside of the left foot. Nice. Heel toe the left foot out to the left a little bit. Have a little more space in the midline. And then tuck the toes, lift the back leg, and move forward and back here. Buoyancy, bringing ball through the ball of the back foot. And can you plug down with the hands a little bit more so we're lifting ourselves up away from our mat, creating space in the chest. Feeling the stretch in the hip. In the left hamstring as well. Find some stillness. Prepare to take the left leg back to your plank pose. Exhale, lower down, knees, chest, chin, all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, through child's pose into your downward facing dog. Option 2, take child's pose here as well. 5 breaths wherever you are. Tune back to that quality breath. Bend into those knees so we can find a little bit more length in the back body. If you're in child's pose, come and meet us in downward facing dog. Let's take the last breath together. And then on exhale, bend the knees, gaze between the hands, step or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lifts. Exhale, fold, forward fold. Juicy forward fold. Inhale, root down to rise up, take the arms wide and over the head. And then exhale, let's flood down again. Cactus arms come down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step back to your plank pose or jump. And then lower through your chaturanga of choice. Full chaturanga is available if it's in your practice. Inhale, lift the heart through. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right side, here we go. Inhale, lift the right leg up and back in space. Open up that head. Bend into the right leg. And take some big circles in space with that right leg. Take 5 big circles. Once you've taken your 5 through that thick pot of honey, bend your knee comes through center, steps between your hands, and we rise up to our high lunge. Again, ground through your feet first. Heel toe the front foot forward so your knee is tracking over your ankle. Inhale, lift arms skywards. Then let's plant the back foot into our warrior two. Open up the arms. Is your front knee still tracking of your front ankle? Is it a little bit back? If it is, bend into your knee a little bit more. Check in with the back arm. Is it as lifted as the front? And is the back foot at 45-degree angle? And we're really pressing through the outer edge of the back foot. Gazing over the front middle finger. Drawing the lower belly in, tucking the tailbone here. Breathe into it. It's strong, it's fierce. Welcome the heat. Last breath. From here, let's drop our elbow onto our right thigh and take some big circles with the left arm in space. And let's try and trace our finger with our gaze. So as our arm comes up through center in front of us, we follow with our gaze. One last big circle. Then the arm comes forward in front of us, reaches overhead. And then we roll open the chest, so spiral open the chest, and gazes underneath the left armpit. Breathe here, welcome the heat. We've got 2 more breaths. And then the inhalation lifts us up, straightening into the front leg. Nice. Let's do reverse warrior with straight legs, taking the left arm down the left leg, lifting the right arm up and overhead, feeling the stretch in the whole right side body. Inhale, arms come back through parallel. Preparing for triangle pose, so perhaps heel-toe the back foot forward a little bit. I prefer a smaller stance for this pose. Inhale, reach forward as much as you can. When you can't reach forward anymore, keep reaching, and then drop the right palm down. On the inside of the right ankle, inhale, lifts us up with the left fingertips. Creating space in the sideways, gaze up towards the left hand. Breathe in. Be aware of the crown of the head that's still reaching towards the front of your mat. And we're just twisting the head, gazes up. Feeling this really opening the chest, opening the left side of the hip. And having a stretch down the right inside thigh. Last breath. Your next inhale rises you up, arms come to parallel even. Then into that front knee, take the back heel off your mat, high lunge. 1 breath here. Exhale, fold, hands frame the front foot, and we plug down with the left hand as we reach up with the right arm. Low lunge twist, gaze up towards the right fingertips. Exhale, release the right palm down. Step back to high plank, your chaturanga, or just downward facing dog. Whatever you feel feels good in your practice. We'll meet in downward dog. Left side, here we go. Inhale, lifts the left leg up and back in space. Then into that left leg. Open up that hip. Take 5 big circles in space. Once you've done your 5, knee comes through center, rounding the back. Steps between the hands. Ground down, take your time to prepare. Feel grounded in your high lunge. Inhale, lift your arms high. Nice, plant the back heel down, 45-degree angle, press through the outer edge of the back foot. Heel-toe the front foot forward. If you feel, you can have a longer stance because you need a whole leg distance between each heel. Take your arms parallel, warrior 2. Breathe in. Can you tuck the tailbone under a little bit more? Draw the lower belly in and out. Last breath in our warrior two. And then we take the left elbow on top of the left thigh. From here, take some big circles in space with the right arm. Following our fingertips with our gaze. Last big circle in space. And then reach the right arm up and overhead, reaching out in front. Can we sit a little bit lower here? Can we roll open the chest a little bit more so our gaze comes up through the right armpit? Let's take one last deep breath. Welcome the heat. Inhale to rise, straighten the front leg. Reverse the straight leg warrior down the back with the right hand. Lift up and out with the left fingertips. Full expansion in the left ribs. And then exhale, take your arms back to parallel, perhaps heel to the back foot in. Just a few times. And then inhale, reach out in front of us. Keep reaching. Exhale to lower, triangle pose. Inhale, reach the right fingertips up and away from us, keeping both sides of the waist long. Inhale, opens the chest, and exhale, grounds us down, roots us down in the feet. Can we work to stack the right shoulder on top of the left? Last breath here. Inhale, arms rises up. Back heel comes off the mat, high lunge, one breath. Exhale, flood the hands down, frame the front foot. Plug down with the right hand as we lift the left arm up in space. Straighten into that right leg. Gaze up towards the left fingertips. Exhale, release the left hand. Step back to plank. Lower down your chaturanga. And let's all meet in a child's pose. Knees as wide as your mat. Big toes together. Plug the hands down. Forehead kisses your mat. Perhaps gives yourself a little massage between the eyebrows into that third eye space. Soften the elbows, soften the shoulder heads. And tune back to that quality breath. Deep inhalations from the belly. Rising up through the chest, out through the crown of the head. Let's do last breath in child's pose. Plug down with the hands, transition back to your downward facing dog. Generously bend the knees, gaze between the hands, step or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lifts. Exhale, fold. Curl everything in, plug down with the feet. Inhale, rise all the way up. Arms come out by your sides, above your heads. And then exhale, let's meet in Tadasana, mountain pose. Hands by your sides. From here, take a big step over to your left with your right foot. So we're coming into a wide-legged position. Toes are pointing kind of towards each other. We're pressing through the outside edges of the feet. Might slightly pigeon toe the feet, just like we do in downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the arms halfway in parallel. Exhale, we're going to slowly hinge forward. So our sit bones are reaching back in space, and we're hinging forward as we lift our shoulder heads, drawing our shoulders down our back. So we're not rounding into the spine at all. We're keeping length in the back body. Gaze is down the tip of our nose. Come halfway and pause here. Perhaps slightly micro-bending the knees feels good in here in your position. Perhaps really pressing through the outside of the feet feels good. Can we then draw the lower belly in and up? You should feel really strong in the shoulders, the back, the belly. Imagine someone is trying to pull your fingertips away from you. So you're really activating down the length of your arms. Breathe, keep breathing. Last breath here. And then exhale, keep hinging forward. Let's draw down, release the hands on your mat until the hands come in line with the feet. And just like we do in Warrior 2, we want a whole leg distance apart from each heel. So maybe heel toeing your feet outwards a little bit more. My palms are pressing down at shoulder width and they're in line with my feet. Let's together inhale, halfway lift, gaze out in front. Exhale, fold, moving into your chaturanga elbows. So elbows are drawing back in space and the head hangs heavy. Tucking the chin to the chest. Sensation of drawing my weight forward. So my weight is bearing forward into my toes. And as we fold forward, we feel a little bit more length in the lower back. We feel a deeper stretch on the outside of the hips, the hip extenders. And the stretch is drawing down into those hamstrings. Last breath. Inhale, halfway lift, gaze out in front, just like we do after we forward fold. And then we start to walk our hands over to the left foot. Let's take the right hand on the outside of the left ankle, and then let's start to trace a line from the left ankle all the way up in space with our left fingertips. Nice. Welcome the wobble in the feet and gaze up towards the left fingertips. Can we fold a little bit deeper? And can we start to rotate the trunk, the back a little bit more? So we open up in the chest. Last breath here. Exhale, release the left hand back down. Start to walk both hands over to the right foot. Take the outside edge of the right ankle with the left hand and start to trace a line from the left hand all the way up in space with the right fingertips. Leg down with the outside edges of the feet. Breathing into the twist. Gazing up towards the right fingers. One last breath. Exhale, release. Walk the hands back to center. And then can we walk our hands out in front of us, just like we did when we were seated at the beginning of the practice. Exhale, forward fold, tucking the chin to the chest. Head hangs heavy. Finding space in the armpits. Plugging down with all four corners of the feet, plugging down with the big toes, the outside edge of the little toe on both sides of the heel. Start to walk our hands back underneath us. And can we take our hands behind us? This time drawing our fingertips away from us. Can we walk our fingertips a little bit further away from us and drop the head? Next inhale, start to walk the fingertips back through center. Nice. Bend into those knees a little bit next. And let's heel toe the feet. So the feet now The toes are pointing away from each other. Let's bend down with the knees. Good. Into this sort of goddess pose here. Take the hands to the thighs. And then inhale, let's take the hands from the belly all the way up in space. Work to straighten the leg, plug down with the feet. And exhale, bend into those knees. Take the hands back through center. And let's create a little bit of a flow here with buoyancy. Inhale, lifts. Exhale. Sit down in your seat. Inhale, lifts. Exhale. And can you just draw into those sensations? Perhaps closing the eyes down brings extra challenge, extra wobble in the legs. Perhaps just having a soft gaze here. Find this mindful meditative movement that feels releasing, free-flowing, and connected to the conscious breath. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, lift, straighten the legs. Let's move to star pose. So reach the hands out in space. Close the eyes down here. Feel space in the front body. Slightly tucking the tailbone so we draw the belly in and up. Pause here. Slowly blink the eyes open. Last wide-legged pose, bend into those knees. Goddess pose with cactus arms this time. Keep the elbows in line with the shoulders if you can. Have the sensation of drawing the shoulders down the back. Nice, your knees tracking over your toes, and then sit a little bit deeper. Squeeze those thigh bones, in and up. Really good for strengthening the pelvic floor. Keep breathing, welcome the burn, welcome the heat. Last breath in. Inhale, release. Straighten those legs, heels toe the feet back together. Nice, shake it off. Shake everything off, and then let's walk to Tadasana at the top of your mats. Feet hip distance apart. And let's find some space. Inhale, bend those knees, lift the arms wide and overhead. Exhale, fold, come all the way down. Inhale, halfway to lift. Exhale, step back, plank. Pause here. Press those heels away. Let's move into a side plank. So take the right hand to the center of your mat, underneath your midline. Work to come on the outside edge of the right foot. An option to take your left sole of your foot in line with your right knee and out parallel in front. So option here, or option to stack the left foot. Inhale, lift the left arm up in space. Wherever we are, gaze towards the left fingertips. Modify to whatever suits your practice today. Last breath. Exhale, release the left hand down. High plank. Draw the belly in and up. Let's move to the left side. Draw the left hand to underneath your center. Come on the outside edge of the left foot. Inhale, lifts. Can you plug down with the left hand and lift the hips a little bit higher in space? Last breath. Exhale, release the right hand down. Nice, from high plank, let's go into child's pose. A deserved break, allow the head to soften down, forehead to kiss the mat. Perhaps massage that space between both eyes. And then release down, breathe. Really surrender into the support of the earth. Last breath. Inhale, lift the forehead, and let's come to an all fours position. And then sit your sit bones back on your heels. Take your hands to your lower belly, cup one hand in the other. And just settle here, gazing down the tip of your nose. Tune into your breath. As we prepare for quite a strong back bend, I will demonstrate camel pose. Inhale, lift the sit bones from your heels. Tuck your toes. Draw the shoulders up towards the ears and slide them down the back. Let's create a little bit of space in the upper back first. And then from here, we're going to take the right hand to the right heel. When the left hand follows, the fingertips touch your heels. Option to stay here. Option to drop your head behind you. Or option wherever your head is, follow me from here and you take your left arm up and back in space. And we reach back with our left hand. To come out, we take both hands to our lower back, support our lower back, and we sit back, untucking the toes. So let's all together, tuck the toes. Reach back behind you to your right ankle with your right hand. Left hand reaches the left ankle. I like facing forward because I feel my breath can be a little bit freer. Option to stay here, option to allow your head to hang heavy, gaze behind you, and then lift your left arm in space. Let's reach up and back. Drawing your belly in, engaging your abdomen. Really finding this expansion in the chest. Keep breathing. One last breath here. Release the left arm down. We stay here. We pause here for a second. Transition our weight a little bit more into the left hand on the left heel this time. And reach the right arm back in space. Can you use the balls of your feet to really plug down with, then lift up and out from your hips, from your belly. One more breath here. Take the right hand to the lower back. Left hand meets the right hand at lower back. And then untuck the toes. Sit bones, sit back on your heels and take your hands in your belly, cupping the opposite hand. This time, release down with the shoulders and draw your eyes closed. It's always good to take a little bit of a rest after an intense posture, especially a back bend. Creating space for new energies to arrive, and we just have to sit still in that space to allow the recovery, the renewal. And then from here, let's start to round the back. Round the back, round the back. Walk the hands so the hands come to the knees. Tap the chin to the chest, straightening into those arms. This should feel good. Just absorb yourself in the sensations. Feel that space in the middle back. Last breath. Inhale, think cobra here. Slide your hands back up your thighs, draw your shoulders down your back. And let's just do this a few times with the breath. So exhale, we round, tuck the chin to the chest. Inhale, we draw the fingers up on the thighs, draw the shoulders down the back, puff open the chest. Last time, exhale, round. Inhale, open. Nice. Release down. Let's take our legs out long in front of us. Nice. Draw the flesh from underneath your sit bones. We can sit evenly on both sit bones. So draw the flesh from your right sit bone, from your left. And then Draw into these sensations of the sit bones grounding down, grounding down. Flex your feet, so press your heels away. Let's sit here in Dandasana actually. So let's press down with the palms. Draw the shoulders down the back and draw the belly in and up. Really engage the belly. Open the chest and then tuck the chin to the chest. Press those heels away. So the knees are lifted, engagement in the legs. Should feel a strong engagement here. We're sort of using effort throughout the whole body. One more breath. And then release all effort. Release down. Feel supported. Draw the right knee in towards you. Take the right foot over the left thigh. Nice. Take the right hand behind us. And then inhale, let's lift the left arm in space. And then start to twist over your right shoulder, hooking the left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Plug down with the whole right foot. And then let's start to twist. Keep flexing that left foot, so press the left heel away. Breathe into your twist. Every exhalation, can you twist a little bit deeper? Inhale to lift the crown of the head. And exhale, fold into that twist. Last breath. Inhale takes us round to center. De-rotate one breath over the left shoulder. Releasing the right leg out in front. And let's draw the left knee in towards you. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. Step over the right thigh with the left foot. Flex the right foot in space. Take your left hand behind you and then inhale, lift right arm sideways. Exhale, right elbow hooks on the outside of the knee. And then every exhale, we twist a little bit deeper. Keep breathing into the twist. Last breath. Inhale comes back to center. De-rotate one breath. Both legs come long. And then both feet come to where the knees were. Reach our arms out in front. And then as slow as we possibly can, roll down one vertebra at a time. Coming all the way down on our mats, onto our backs. Allow the arms to be long by the sides, backs of the hands touch the earth, and then draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze, interlace the hands over the shins, and then draw your chin up towards your nose. Squeeze everything in with your ball, maybe hug your shins at this point. This simple pose is really great for digestion, tuning in, feeling a little bit of self-love. Perhaps massaging the lower back gently by rocking really gently side to side. Release the back of the head back down to the earth. Keep your knees drawn into your chest. From here, let's take our feet skyward. So start to straighten your legs up towards the sky. Nice, flex your feet, point your toes. And do this a few times, maybe taking some big circles with your ankles. One way, then the other. And then release to some stillness, plugging the lower back into the mat. Let's take a pause here. And then we're going to start to shake out the legs. Shake out the legs from your feet all the way up through your knees to your thighs. Can you just really isolate the movement in your legs and really shake it out? Keep shaking, keep breathing as you shake as well. Shake, shake, shake. Keep shaking. And then shake some more. We'll shake for 5, 4, keep shaking. 3, 2, 1. Pause. And then feel the sensations in your legs. Let's hook the right ankle on top of the left. And then let's drop the knees over to the left-hand side into your supine twist. Open your arms parallel. And then perhaps draw your knees closer to you so they're in line with your navel, your belly button. Bit of a deeper upper back twist. Gaze over your right shoulder and soften down here. Just move from a lot of effort in the legs to this position of ease. So really surrender down. Draw your eyes closed and let go of your surroundings. And just ease into complete stillness and surrender. Your next inhale, draw your belly in to take your knees back through center. Press down with your lower back, take your feet skywards, and then wrap the opposite ankle, so the left ankle on top of the right. Draw your knees in towards you and then take them over to the right hand side. Soften down as we gaze over the left shoulder. Close the eyelids. Allow the jaw to be soft. Perhaps some space between the lips. Can you soften into your shoulders? Last breath. Allowing the inhale to take you back through center. And do any final movements that feel good. Perhaps take a happy baby. Perhaps just give yourself a big squeeze. And then when you're ready, we will meet in our Shavasana, our final relaxation pose. Legs as long as your mat. Allowing your feet to be out to the side as wide as they just like to hang. Arms long by your sides. And then take a final inhalation through the nose. And let it go through the mouth. Allow this to be the invitation to fully relax. And let's take a minute in silence, relaxing in our Shavasana, letting go of all thoughts. Softening down completely through the body, through the mind. And bathing in this stillness. Start to take a few deeper breaths. And then move our neck side to side, letting the body know we're awakening the spine once more. Taking a full body stretch by reaching the arms overhead, fingers in an interlace, press the interlace away as you point the toes in the opposite direction. Big, big breath, and maybe out through the mouth feels good. Roll onto your side, whatever way feels good. Creating a pillow for your bottom ear with both hands. And when you're ready, pressing yourself up with your top palm. Try to keep your eyes closed and just trust the space around you. Coming back to that comfortable seat. Back to the hands on the knees, draw the shoulders down the back. Sitting in this space at a length that we've cultivated throughout the practice, all through the back body, a lot of back body work today, which will help us in our day-to-day sort of punch forward on the computer lives. And can we take this length we've cultivated into the day ahead? Taking hands to heart center in prayer. And then bowing forward, thanking ourselves and thanking every one of you for joining practice today. Namaste.